sida wadang yam ngang ba ko Indian love to talk ko gi action oriented oi da ba aduna ngasagi kaiguma ma tawni ngadi decision am lawni ngadi committee am linkalo commission am semu haibagi wari sina dum khabar dagi hauna dagi commentaries whether TV radio so commission committee gi terms na kong sida hanjan tar ya aduna India singa say action oriented oi da ba ko gi talk oriented oi ba ngak to oi rak pani na in India si yang na ko lane of 5 C's kind I ne ta karok pani the corruption I do you know it better than I do aduga apart from cricket ko the cricket to Manipur is become very popular ko and the cricket pu yang kan na belittle to ba demin to budin na chade teng bu chai ba mayam masina madam moiduna ko gi national agenda ko gi India na to ba agenda number 1 Manipur thanggo da agenda number 1 kachi ko gi back burner da ko gi maning da thamaga le hore aduna developmental project developmental agenda si lawdadana sum tawbudagi leba che kogi mamang chakhotpagi mahuta mamang maningom handare haibagi kano dane kogi reasoning dane aina hajaribse adugu masigi matang sidanga sagi miraj na budi engonda hangbada machel oina budi yawba mapung oina hangdaba adu aina di mayam di yamna thamjaningba amamna sagi title of the book se why I call this book as Letters from the Republic of Dust. And Masida sentence very much thamjage. Masi 2 ways God. There are 2 ways of looking at why I call this book as Letters from the Republic of Dust. First, literally speaking, in the literal sense of the term, Shima, one way of looking at the title of the book. Literally speaking, how did she say, Mayamson Yabiganico? How give but say Tara, Tranga Kundagi Nangasi Fawachida, I talk to me. In Imphal or Manipur any Jagam that's a Pio Mayam say. Mayam that's a Pio, the Mayam, the grit of Godori was there. I take Rante Uful never. I mean, Uful Captain Mayam Tenaguduce. Whether you go anywhere in the state, whether you go anywhere in the Imphal, I don't know about you, but I can tell you with the absolute confidence that I know how to say Tara Kunchida go, I think that is Uful Gata. I black topping the way 4 years together, the India 5-year economic developmental planning in a Pisa, you have pumping to crore rupees in a Lambitong, same day, but the same ever. Same na ko, Uful say, Tanaguma Matanako, Kerlongam. No state authority is able to erase the fast spreading or spread of this dust. Adu dust, literally speaking. I don't know, no idea. For example, whenever I go to any other city, minimum yam late have. Aduna impale Tolopagadi, Uful Siam labor. Another example why I call this as Republic of Dust is COVID-19 Chilak Hong Neva. COVID-19 2020 gi ahu chei digi lakpani ko adu laktangagi chei manga tarai mamang da giba Imphal cities the Imphal citizens ko je Imphal at ko je face mask season re I tell you face mask season ko chatle gari ko cycle thobu da su adi walking chabu ko do wi ro adu face mask season ri must before the event of COVID-19 kari you know have the upul ngak thong nam le ana madu evidence never uful sika ang sathigebo aduna ne ina literally speaking ko man this land this part of the country is a republic of dust hajarije ai uful sina rule to ba reign to ba control to ba nang rule to ba se it's okay matic unquestionable wherever I mean aduna ina republic of dust hajarije anyway that is literally speaking ko ari atopa lakana madana and more importantly metaphor ne scenery je haibdi metaphor and combination ge babu how give a chei kunsa ni fu sida aigi lamdam aigi Manipur nangi nuksijebal lamdam se the oiba degradation se karambam khali degradation kogi system sina mangdara iba decaying system of the society ko adagi self reliant economy dagi self sponsor economy orakpa say for example Manipur gi economy se hojikti sponsor economy ni adudi mayam se na khangbiri beduni karam khal sponsor economy center na New Delhi ne sponsor to buneba ada the moment New Delhi stops sponsoring the economy ko you and I will stop kuchara hen ganeba adu makhal gi state of economy ne ba khoi ngasi sar lady se then khoi gi society rom de ngasa gi magi social values norms thakshi ka se lamchat beva punam mangsil lakpagi overall decaying system se masi bu nai na ngasa gi metaphor o min sinner ga khoi gi republic of the sene ko jeri se aduna ai ngasi chu yam yam humble appeal ma tok jage direct si pabiu please make an attempt to read this book. Marandi, masiki book say it's an attempt, it's a humble attempt on my part to unmark whoever is responsible for bringing this very sad state of affairs in Manipur. Thank you.
So very interesting. Yam nuai hai dare sir. Hauzik tonga tonga bo wafum mai ama unfold tore. Moruina like sigi ATM ama tawiyo. Like sigi meaning si khang bag ngambra yeng biyo. Aduga like sina nei ningi be area si kari no hai badu mayam su ubina bo na biyo hai badu ni sana thambiri be yam nuai. Sir aduga sana aikoi mayam punamak like si read to minazi ko. Aduga marak ta hai tare in between sagai ki interaction to busiki between the question hang bining ga so adum mayam hai biro hai tare part of the interaction mayam interaction to bu yam nuai ga do bu lai ga makha oi India se India ki diplomat ma khak na hai gi wa from this ana pan biri was NATO hai dana NATO yam power river North Atlantic Treaty Organization hai river ai ko ki United States ki oiba military bloc moine letter of bloc sigi yam popular oi matam Cold War gi matam suaida yam popular oina sijina ba matam haidare hojikti NATO gi relevance se kichik tang de handare aduna NATO ji yam kana prominent oi ge matam adwai da male sar ko sida sana NATO se mo pusale sana kari haige da no action talk only India ni ko haije then aduga India se muka sana haibiri se the land of Buddha higher kan de whole Indian civilization se China, then Japan, then Southeast Asia, mayam Prithvi pumbuda sandokriba India ki influence, then Mahatma Gandhi again. Mahatma Gandhi har kan ikoi na kamai na ubay. Adubu sana bhok pakhada pureze haribe India ze. The land of Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi always take a decision not to take a decision as a decision. India ngasagi Buddha ki India Chow Buddha, Chow Mahatma Gandhi, Sigi India se. Sina low decision, the current decision no hypermatamda. A decision not to take a decision as a decision. Sana Hivirize. Saisum Panjaningam Budani. Samatang Sida like Tam Laki. Sargi Lyrixi the Lyrixi Pabamatamda. I couldn't lyric Mayam, I'm a pabagin knowledge pangani. Mam the high lyrixi the lyric Mayam, Amagi Saruk Sing Sana Pusalaga. Comment on no why sir
I masigi aseng budai yamna intentional way give the nati masigi aina the maming leraba authors eminent writers mayama aina sida pusala se taseng pusala ken pusala nati ba adubo ai si angawre di pa si am pam jarak panina particularly I just kitang personal way of aman thamjage ko that you will have to bear with me, you will have to excuse me. Personal way by I just science ki sat ore science hat ore ga so I am by most of my free time leisure time say I spend in reading outbook matam du da khogi novel se outbook ni khangne an outbook yam parak ba novel yam parak da lek panina makan gi larik si ai ngon da pa bi kok ta chum han ne le gi jane yamna consciously ai ne to bu ta ba aduna ai na gari gum basung ma makal gi la ai na khut thara ko matam ja ko when I use my hand with a piece of pen and paper ko sai jang subconsciously unconsciously ai na pa gi ba author sing du gi kaino sing sat lai lakpuna mathang mafam chana aina fit in toxin jaba haitare che for example koina aina India si yam yengu matamda ahan ba makta India si aina aigi ahan ba India si kanona kogi Australia gi yam phaba koi historian kam sociologist samana kogi India the wonder that was kai wala riksi yamna aina yam pamjana pare adagi madugi mathang tabada mo khona BS Naipaul khogi novel laureate BS Naipaul gi an area of darkness eba novel si aina Bombay da satra wingi da lupa manga khak piraga khogi footpath gi le ga ina pai ada Naipaul gi an area of darkness si adugi matik engrossing hoigre adugi matik captivating hoigre I finished reading this novel ko in one day haitare I at one go dulu shalab aduga Naipaul gi an area of darkness hai basi novel ho jaraga su researcher mane iba dissertation amad gi marks ne helab I mean so observant man iriba makhal gi phui lai se novelism gi phui de iraga su magi information mayam chi asuki matik akoi gi researcher mad gi hele ar man nga sai India si an area of darkness ko gi se ai gi kok sid lai gi why Naipaul used to address this country as a area of darkness ana sai Naipaul dana an area of darkness hoiba adagi el basam dana ko the wonder that was India ka haibagi marak sida ko ai gi kok se laga aina margi ani sida Manipur se ne fit in toksina hona bai tare aduna nga sai gi Naipaul boiro basam boiro adagi Sunil Khilnani gi the idea of India boiro chappa leib se ni pangi yauna panbadi na chadre adu wai gi kok ta legi bedo mafum matam chana hapang hap khibai batare anyway madu mayam duna ayaki like si khoigi pilluchi khajitang hena added value ma leibra haibedo I would like to believe
definitely sir yam he nungai ba se haiba matang sida mako panjaring ba se like mayam ma then Salman Rushdie ki Midnight Children
yes
then the Old Man in Sea like yam na maming chat pa like sing novels sing mayam pusale haiba like aduga ai ba sing pusalakpada na tana sarna matang sida pusalak events mayam ma time frame ama ka ki hojik thoi ba Manipur khakte na te sana present to viri ba haiba like sida ki time frame 7-year devastation ki matang sana pusale then corona time adu ki implicate adum tawe yam nungai ba then present reality siga adum relevant oiba and then Japan lancer ko
yes
that event mayam ma Sarmilagi hunger strike ki timing simayam simas pusale sir sigi events mayam ma sana pusale ise sigi sagi attempt sin kari no sir
sigi masibu ne khoi na sagi aina hagi the hoki ba last 3 decades 4 decades sida aingon the phau gi ba feelings sentiments mayam du ne ba ada asa id basically since I love to write ko id sagi iba pam ja ba adigi yam kanna pa ja da ngauja ko miyo mani na hoki ba je kuntra sida thoki ba happenings ko phenomena society lai bi yam si ai gi manung sida chum namjel laga tham ba matam sida je khoi gi hoi gi kare ni like a volcano ko ningai ka do ba pokai ka do mong lei ka dum lei ba ada aina masi unless I release it aina masi putok tra ka di ko ai gi ko ske no tok do re adi maram madu aina nga sai gi mayam sin ning ga aina su i ba hogi ba hai ba tare adu matang sida koi gi aina sagi science ki chatra ma di waraga literacy am pamjagi ba gi matang re aina hujik ta chu panjagre sigi khudong ja ba do khajik tang lojaraga ai English ki chatra ma di te ko I am not a student of English literature in the conventional sense of the term but masai da ina agi prelude da ina Hemingway sida yangna Hemingway gi the Old Man si heba novel sida I page ahum mu devote to web even though I am not qualified enough to make any comment on Hemingway adu aina magi like adu ke matik pam na pa gi when I was doing my graduation masida story anecdote macham khatang le story macham khatang ai masi mayam da share to jage because I love to share this I started my schooling from a village primary school. I never went to any convent school. I village primary school. I think it must be. I think I must be in the class 5 or 6 standard. Class 5 is the lekai degi Manipuri oja amale Manipuri tai. I will not take his name due to out of my difference and respect to him. Manipuri oja sina ekoi de ko mana haiba matam do 1964-65 we I couldn't exactly remember the year 1965 and 66 da koi Hemingway se Ernest Hemingway se Nobel Prize for Literature for his novel on the Old Man in Sea ko masai angang we ko class 5 6 ta mom gane bia ada bo chike koi oja sina ekoi da wari si lieba kamaina li ge ha ba do ja china ha ba ye ngone uji Nobel Prize ji di ko yamna khatak madak to ba Nobel Prize ore ne kesu le ba wari ahal lamana ko makoi chomba ahal lamana samudra da chalaga khoi chopu baga halakpa adugi wari di bu Nobel Prize for Literature pi ne haina mana si comment se akhoi da pi re wari li ba machi comment se agi mind stuck to ba hai tare something I could never ever throw out of my system adu akhoi di angang ni ken khangse ponte natra adu mana haibu thajagi ba haibadi oh Nobel Prize fangi ba Hemingway lai ke chuna to bore ahan na mana khoi chopu se pe wari oire bore haidala ai jenu khanjagi ba akhoi loidam ba but the turning point was aina Shimla da graduation to matam chida by chance ai library da chatpa matam chida ai tacheng masi lai gi thibna te ko by chance magi Hemingway gi kano je old man si je ai gi min he uru ba adai di ai masi bung te yeng ne ha na ai gi recalling my student days ko aina lawurga yum chida ai hostel je pa ba matam da di it was totally a different experience altogether I tell you adugi nungdang du da Hemingway gi old man si je pa lo shalab madai du to khangye ba how wrong was my teacher I say ko pointy not all the teachers are good ko not all the teachers are good and not everything that they have taught us are achum ngak na teb and masida you all have to undergo a process of learning what you have learned madu process ma yang panna Hemingway la si pa ma chathage ba and matam to khangye ba ai graduation matam sida that masigi la dik sidi yam sathi ba la dik mane ha bese aduna Nobel Prize pigrip ne ha bese and matam to khangye ba la dik sida koi wahi amakha yawe sentence ni that's the main theme of this novel koi man can be destroyed but not defeated ai Hemingway ge masida ne engun chugri se man can be destroyed but not defeated ada item aduda pabade di khangye ba sai indomitable spirit of man akoi gi spirit se mi gi spirit se adu ge indomitable hoiba no one can defeat your spirit ko a superior force ko in battalion of army may be able to destroy your body aduga they will not be able to defeat your spirit neba machi kakta neba sagi Hemingway na mal like hairi je sigi sentence ma sigi lesson ma hain na hona bada man sagalak ba wari du neba matab du neba aduna nai nai gi sidai sida aina page ahum je na devote to rise kagina da amu adubu yam nungai re badi what is very interesting and what is very ironical is Hemingway say he was daily against the act of suicide. Suicide was fair there. Hemingway say, "Man hayaba, suicide was say it is an act of cowardice." Miki thiki thabak ne hayaba korna koigi Hemingway na. But what is irony is Hemingway masamak say suicide was sigi. Madu da ne aina agi like ta hangeba. Aina agi like ta hangeba. Adi was it because Hemingway was defeated? Or was it because he was destroyed? Ana masi question ji hangna hona bada ina aigi angang wering idagi ojana haikpa ada aina BA tamakanda parakba adu experience sinaraga aina Hemingway panjabani not because I am qualified enough to make any comment on Hemingway. I am far from it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Yam nuai hai tare sar na hojik Hemingway ki the old man and sea kari ki pusalaga nei nari bano hai bado mugi matang to adu ki matang to sun nei ning be area di yam le du bai khoi matam se di yam na limited oina phang bani na mamju mamjale okay ai mayam tagi question ji open to dring ai tare sir ko sir da question amatang hagi ge
yes please
sir na masida race ki question amakha sijina ba ngasai ki racial oiba ngasai ki Manipur si ngasagi Mongoloid ki lam amu oina sana present over aduga Indo Manipur conflict amadi layer vanina masigi in India amadi Manipur ani ki conflict ama layer vase sana Samuel Huntington ki sir the class of civilization je pusala kanda yamna dominant over narrative political narrative amakak lakpa sida ngasagi class of civilization ki malim gi oina Maduki interpret to area to the Manipur amadi India anigi conflict sir adwai the cultural conflict amoina rest na foundation or labor conflict amoina sana ubi kamain ubi sir.
Yes, thank you Miras. ai bache expect to gida bani mamdi madugi masigi articles na iroi na hafsa bane adu masigi articles di kogi it's a little more than popular write up to gi high tare popular write up din natre am academic oriented oiba reference yaw ge ijagi ba ai paper mane paper se agena one of the seminar pathoki bane hojik budi Manipur University gi formula ni gamada half karon aina permission lor ga yakila sida hafsan jabane basically ina masida high ri base kogi India ka Manipur ka for that matter India ka North ka but to be precise India and Manipur hai se siki conflict you know it I know it everybody knows it that there is a conflict there is a deep rooted conflict between India and Manipur it's a fact ada siki conflict so many attempts has been made scholarly attempt journalistic attempt bureaucratic attempt political attempt has been made to understand this conflict I mean there are many ways of trying to understand this conflict aina aigi piece of articles da aina yengi mi yengche pung ton tonga laga India amasung Manipur da leiriba conflict che aina civilizational conflict ene ko buiwane kaidobugi kaurino haibabu India si magi Indus Valley civilization ko see one of the oldest civilizations in the world along with Chinese civilization sugumba yamna chakhulaba liraba civilization asiga kari shu leitraba yam tiny spot ko aba leidiba Mongoloid jati ne khundariba Manipur gi civilization ga ani si class civilization li khoni yengagadi we will be in a better position to understand the intricacies of this whole gamut of interaction between India and Manipur. Kari no haibada koi Southeast Asia da chigi ronda koi afa scholar me yam nabi gre id yang panna madora tijelu scholar di researcher di nachade adubu the fact of the matter is Southeast Asia da matamama da sovereign independent kingdom woman le Manipur se masagi own civilization le mi ar masigi own civilization singa si aini hekta nuksi haidana egi lamdam se aina nuksi haidana hekta haijana bana teba kogi yamna fawa sar CJ laiba fawa social anthropologist amana hairam baneba kariyana hairam gebda kogi lam se kogi an oasis of comparative civilization machi aina haijana bana te akogi Meitei scholars Manipur scholars haijana bana te British ka forward mana harma mana and oasis of comparative civilization habidi civilization salai re sidi khogi lengda laigraba ne a chugo makhalgi civilization se ya pitpa civilization machi khogi India ya amna chawrba khogi mighty civilization of Indus Valley sina thengna ko matamda aina plea to ribisi my plea is ko khogi apikpa Mongolo civilization se khogi assimilate tawduna namdadna ko yosenduna tham nerbagi attempt to heman givenina madugi keno se retaliation se no matter how small it is masi retaliation se lamdomski mine torok pane sine baino aina thamjari se aduna assimilate tobugi mahuta aina hajari se assimilate tobugi mahuta sigi Mongoloid civilization ma lerami ba chai lising chani chahumgi mamang gi lerami civilization se India gi achoba civilization na respect to wiraga accommodate to wiraga go sigi civilization su hingalaba or boidi sigi conflict between India and Manipur se khada ki makai di nemda gi gadra aina thamjabani se kogi mausi tunu yam hai ne let the 100 flowers bloom garden number the layam cutting shadow budi lay chama saluka habido adumain tawdana India sida kaidobugi why only we have to talk on speak only about one civilization let there be multiple civilizations da koi Manipur gi Mongolo civilization let it be one of the civilizations sine no sa thamjari wa contentions
sa matang du question namdang sa laksage sir na haibiri ba si yam meaningful oiba wahai ngakini sa na pukhatberi bo famje class of civilization amo in a whole Mongoloid ki civilization ama Lairami Magdugi historical reality Malay Adugadan India civilization Anidugi Matang Sana Pusalakanda. So modern India Amadi modern Manipur Anigi Horupagi Sarukse. Modern India say 1947 the India independent Akanda. Then 26 November 1949 the India constitution Malakpa. Then election 1951 1952 the 1952 the election loy and then Manipur gi amuk la ka the modern Manipur 1947 gi 14 August ning tam kan da 47 the Manipur constitution layer kan 48 election to ba then 18 October the assembly phamba so the modern Manipur as a part of that Mongol civilization hai tare sana pukhat piriba then modern India gi oiba anoba modern India gi oiba civilization ama lakpa so the ngasai gi idea of Manipur amakak 1947 da leikiba idea of Manipur do ngasi sir adugi relevance sana karinen can be natragana hairiba idea of Manipur do namda kibagi natragana hairiba idea of Manipur do sana ngasai destroy to na hotna ba aduda ngasai defeated to bring ngamo have do sir is it destroyed or how do you look at it sir
yeah yam pase kogi modern India na kasagi bungo miradan thamin 1947 ko post independent India aduga Manipur gi na kogi says 47 da kogi on constitution adopt tawna Manipur state constitution 1949 ga lerak pa ko aduna masigi modern India ga modern Manipur ga ani si yeng matam da kasagi India da di ko whether it is pre independent India or post independent India India da ding kasagi magi achowa civilization do Indus Valley civilization Aryan civilization je adu mang da leyeba ancient civilization so modern civilization so India gi think tank chi da ko sigi civilization gi achogum mi cha dum tar ga leyeba do whereas in the case of Manipur da di kasagi post particularly kogi Manipur sina India da changaba to 1949 post 1949 Manipur da di Manipur da tholaiba makhal gi leaders mayam sina kogi sigi civilization se makogi agenda da makogi wakha kokta phajina mammi ta de haibasi mada ai hajaninge maramdi kogi 1949 gi matungi Manipur gi political history and political development ji yenguragadi akogi ji yamna India da adum akoina utang bidongna kogi num leijeraga napcheraga hingnabagi mongda lakpagi pading ma ina yam chauna uyeba and moreover kogi post kogi 1972 adi India Manipur state fangaba 72 matung dagadi masigi politicalization se of everything si yam hengalakpa anu ngasagi Indian gi politics da Manipur gi horiba kogi luchingba singchina kamai tongna power hungry work power paiga dagi haibasi game plans da yam yaukhlakpanina Manipur gi mamang di horiba koi culture koi civilization koi way of life se kogi yam maning da thamaga lakpa dagi di Manipur se ujikti koi 1960s dagi di naharon gi achau wei ho laga makoina hangai ba question ga se kogi main kogi establishment bu yauriba ruling kangbu yauriba government pai ba kangbu singina khumang amaktabagi tanja amase akoi yam toina la aduna ne kogi 1980s dagi kogi afaspa la ba matun dagi conflict ama chaw tholaise mandagi naharon haibadi educated youth singchina question torokpa ko adagi han le mi ba kogi sarkar pai na tanani ba kangbu singchina sai India amda sum nakchalaga hingnabagi ani gi conflict chi lakpa dagi ne ba ngasi Manipur tholiba whole si conflict che raina hajuning bi India dadi magi his own idea of India che which is rooted in this ancient civilization is never lost in the minds of Indian political leaders, whether it is Congress or whether it is non-Congress. Well, whereas very unfortunately, Manipur dadi akoigi sumaina to was fajagraba culture, further civilization, akoida later mine, haibagi wakalonche, akoigi luching basing chida later haibase, masiki questions in Engunda, yam disturbing wediba, and yam disturbing webina in a masi questions, Hanjan, ayaki lyric. Sida show elsewhere as well. I must see questions. Sham Tame. Aduna Masiki Makata boy na kogi kitang conclude the war in a go. I know I would Taman view. However, I always speak in terms of two types of politicians. Go. I want the politicians, Makal Ali Katane, I know Zerise. Amana political leaders. Anishubadana political dealers. To me, it's a lot of difference between political leader and a political dealer. I will qualify my statement. Have the political leaders in Chidi, Assemble leader ne, they lead you, they lead people. Makogi for a better future. Makogi vision Magalurina, policy planning. Shem duna, Igi Prazache, Igi meeting, Kamina 50 years after Lehudage, Igi states, Igi motherland, Kamina Shemumsige, Ka heavy vision and Magalurina, Sagalakum, Makagi Luching Basindo, Madu Neyana, political leaders. Maudadico ideal red salamne, Chelutoze. Say, for example, Irabokum Mise, political leader Ashemane. Adagi, second type of politician, which I term as political dealer. See, Karama Makagi Luching Mano Hababu, Makoishna, they deal with you. Now, when they deal with you, me, they deal with people. Kaizoki deal to Rebu, Makogi personal gain Karagi, personal vested interest Karagi, Makogi umpire Saganaba, their own palatial houses, buildings, Saganaba, they deal with people. And people that come to hold the game with whether they will have 2 rotis, whether they will have 2 meals a day, they are least concerned. How they climb up the ladder, how they climb up the political ladder. See the Kanlaga labor, Makalgi Kambudu in a political dealer, but unfortunately, but Ashangudi, Aigi Manipur, Nangi Manipur, Sidako, Nasi. Majority of the politicians second category is the labels never. Machine of Yamna unfortunately, I'm tragic where is it. There was a time called even I am Larixi Idakwa Pongi Halakumatamsida in a color level. I blame the politicians. I put the blame squarely on their shoulders. But on hindsight today, Hujik say, I don't blame them now. I don't blame the politicians now. I blame myself, I blame you. Means I blame the people. Not wrong. It is the people who keep on voting for this kind of people. Every 5 years, Aina, Nangna, Makoina, Kalivaje, Mu Kalineva. Kalija Kali not wrong. Otherwise, who is to blame? Those days are gone when I love to blame the politicians. I no longer blame them. I blame myself. That includes you as well. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Howjikti like sigi interaction me amama tawrobadina like simuk padraga su na ragana paramba sing yauraga su hangbining question me amama leramgani, and again like si paramdraga su unfold me amama tawre maramdi not just book ta khak yaubuna taba sana pinning iba magi meaning sana commentary zigi whole idea me amama sana haibirabanina makata na hena nungai na bagi damak ngasigi mangda phambiriba mahiroi sing dagi haitare equal interaction to nobody tanja loze aduna now the floor is open to all of you, so we're expecting some beautiful and valuable questions from you. The questions hangbining basingna, please come forward and take the mic.
Up here. Yeah, I see the pilot. Musuh
Ahanba maktada uzabu kai khumna usai knowledge myam share to bagi ai gi direct question maktina te sung khangjening bagi ni mogoza ngasagi Samuel P. Huntington gi jana pe class of civilization ni matang panbi ngasagi akhoi gi India da huji huji chanaba akhoi na tam bahai tare ko ja multiculturalism mai nam leba ngasagi multiculturalism na hai je India je akhoi gi Manipur khatana tana suki matik diversity leba degi akhoi gi religion da harasu mama ma khena balai ba pona ngasagi multiculturalism na hai je sugma khena ba mayam ja akhoi punna hingmina ba yai haibagi theory neba dong asagi class of civilization da ojana hapet panbi gibudu dadi asagi akhoi gi minor community Manipur gumbaje Indiana dominate tawi assimilate tawi haibna dong asagi multiculturalism ga de Samuel P Huntington gi Clash of Civilization jiga ani se yengna ba matam da di CL je khitang thaina ba dumai tawa ado jade ina khangni je multiculturalism gi theory je India da practice to da success oi ro ina khanbi bra si jima de amatang aina hangjining ba maga khoi gi ngasai mainland India na hapet pan bi gi ba khoi gi China da di mainland India na haine ba do India da su hai ba ya bra hape haina hai ba ya da ba gi mo ma ina thengna jagi ba ka adu dum tanga clear to bi na
thank you ya nungai je akon bagi wahang doi na address tok jage ko ahan boina khogi mainland India haibasi hina hokdok pa tam na chade adum masi mayam adum hainer bani whether politicians singchu journalists singchu writers singchu mainland India haibasi haine adu mainland India is represent tori se basically yam kupthana haiba taraga di mainland India je koina UP gumba kogi northern belt Hindi belt haitare Hindi belt kumba sibune koina mainland India ni mayamna by and large khalwari se aduna madugi ke no dubune ina mainland India ina ina kaujari bese aduga India gi periphery de leiba Manipur gumba kogi yamna outskirt leiba kangbu lam bude ina peripheral India na haijari bese aduga an bagi wahang do kasi multicultural jing wahang do madugi question du mangni aina su yam toina hangjaba aduga aina su thajari bani adi India gumba yamna multicultural oiba lam ko where we have hundreds of language hundreds of religions sugumba makal gi lam sidadi kogi multiculturalism haiba kogi school thajaba masida yumpham oiraga hingadabani haibase madu ai yamna achouba gi farm believe ne kogi yamna pluralistic society ma natragadi India gumba tongan ba jati tongan ba loan culture religion leibo fum sida yamna imi culturalism gumba school lam la phaje kedo su mai pawe madu gi aseng thajabani adu kedo bugi aina Huntington gi path of civilization pusla ino haibabu basically aina ngasagi India ga Manipur lainari ba conflict se aina hen understand to ona ba hona ba moda Huntington gi term class of civilization se season bani I just use it to better understand the conflict between India and Manipur but that does not mean that I do not believe in the theory of multiculturalism I am toina haijai elsewhere in my write up also that Manipur gumba India gumba yamna pluralistic oiba society sidadi akhoi punna coexist togdabani hingadabani haibase agi achobo thajabani thank you
Any more questions? Yeah, please.
Hello, good evening, Oza, and also the facilitator of today's program. Ozagi, saya koina talk so interactions. Like I think like we need to read in between the line very clearly of this book. In the last 20 years, the Manipur the dusty hong de no Ozana some introductory in Haibirin Ozako. Ozagi sigi koina like collection of articles in the 1988. 87 dagi hauraga yauri wazako aduga 2012 13 da igi su yauri aduga research papers mu yauri za marak sida ozana papers se compile tawga 2021 da phongbi rai se za sigi matang da still sisi akoina historical discourse ama orina koi Manipur society zigi from different angles the in different area da yengna bagi lairik lana traga something Hozik Pau 20 years ki above 1977 87 ki hozik Pau change tawdri na khalla kando jana sije 2021 da phongdi bra thank you
okay yes ya hamna pertinent oiba yam pertinent oiba question ne ibungo ne polana thammi se acheng badi sagi aina machi phomgi madam che adom da yam kanna yamna khanjal ko phom na te da adubu yamna chengna aina sociology gi waja moina satra boina aina hai bataragadi 1980s early 80s dagina hauji phawda leiriba Manipur se hongdi hai batai hongi base sagi organizational level do hong mangak sagi structural level hong ma to ude anmaramdi structural level la hong bale magadi ngasi aina yam kana nuai triba aingonda yam nuai taba feeling ma piriba ufulgi wafam se le moyaba ufulgi wafam le moyaba adubu 1980s da leigiba Imphal city da thokriba uful do ngasi 21st century ki first quarter changjala ba 2021 2022 haira ka dom tam sibo boda uful do sibo lei di ada aina lei bese ko ai khoi gi lamdam sida kana gumba mioi kana gumba nupi kana gumba nupa ama power bible later bra maduna akhoi da ngasi thoi bo uful je literally amukta masi thohan bigano ba masi ai ga apil ne ba si ya toina apil to ko every year ai gi mix in way ba imphal gi highways state highways national highways international highways da ko every 6 months PWD gi contract work se ai mit to we black topping to we loin to we but 3-4 months after black topping ko amu na mai gen dry season da ne si gi ufun je mu hogal e ba chim karamba makhal gi development what kind of development is this ne benang is masi development na te ba chiri chum nagi ko kogi kurang banda toksin ba organization level la change ka haiya na ba to ba makhal gi tat pat makhal amne ba aduna ibungo ne pola na ngasi angi ba 1980s da ina ugi ba duga huji 2021 22 da ina uri ba ani se ohong lai ta brai ba se if I look at from the structural point of view ko ohong lai te thank you
any more question hana hangiba sing na zo mo hangbibi ai ko okay sir mayam na tum hangna ba kitan jadum lobiro aduga marak sida naining be area di am yame amaram di sir gi sida events mayam ma nainer ga pukhalpa ada sir gi ani khaktung lokha chakesa ahan baje sana mi khara pukhale san chiju sir gi choice si soidana maram leiraga choice to go gene hedana khali maram di manipur ge past gi haitare manipur gi ngasai civilization bunai na po ero na chagana manipur gi glory ama present already to the imaginary friends da sir na hera chandra pukhale 7 years devastation gi chahi tare khuntak pagi matam gi hera chandra pukhale sir da ain hangjaningi na sir why hera chandra and Hera Chandra bu pukhat pire pumatam sana guerrilla warfare gi matang se mu pukhat pire then why guerrilla warfare again ani si sana kari gi damang ta pukhat pire ibno atopa da ekoi gi Gambir Singh chachi der khundak pagi hero ne hariba na jagana Nar Singh kari gi pukhalak tribano or moi gi liberation movement do sir atu kari gi pukhalak tribano why guerrilla and Hera Chandra
yam nungai je I'm very happy. In fact, I'm very happy that I haven't asked this question. Mandi yam sina yam formal na koi mo sina miral thang mani yam informal over kan suko in so many occasions masi question jeng onda hange. Ngasa maram dia ina agi prelude da koi 7 years devastation sei te kunta ko pusulak pa che. Ada mayam ne na khangbe history di sei te kunta ko gi sida ko gi awabo ko na manipur gi swal ji tan thokki ba chida ki role lori ba oduga hero si Gambir Singh no doubt and Nar Singh no doubt mokhe ni mone ado kaido bagi ibungo miraj na kaido bagi moeni pukhatna hidachna pukhali bino hai ba se ai haipeta ai mayam da thamjage I clarify that it is not a clarification aina hirachna pukhali maram di I have only one reason kari reason no hai bada Sahitre kuntak pajida chongni ba koi Manipur princess mayam sida Gambir Singh is well celebrated, Narasimha is well celebrated. God, they have been accorded with the highest kind of thing. Koi pi bi abo honor pide, pisu pi gadabani. We should continue to do that. In Hirachandra Pukhalaga, I don't mean to demean or belittle these two great heroes of Manipur. Gambir Singh amadi Narasimha would be little to bogi from Sungai far from it. Or let me say categorically. I know Hirachandra Purki Maramdi. Hirachandra prince. Mayam na sakhang bidaba. Yam undermined to biba. Kwa magi mam the season bidaba. Aduga. But on the other hand, mayam tawai hakchang yauna. Awagi la mibuta talk. Never honor bada kwa. Magi heart and the soul body. Why don't chin give a prince money? That is one reason. And secondly, according to the Prithivina recognition, PDB recognized the Cuban Revolution, the Maming Chakriba, Che Guevara. Che Guevara is my youth icon. I know Mabu, what I mean, is the only true revolutionary. Lenin was not a true revolutionary. Mao Zedong was not a true revolutionary in the true sense of the term. According to my book, only Che never. The Adugumba Che never Prithivina recognized or recognition. Recognition that Che was the first to introduce and use the art of guerrilla warfare. She Prithivina accepted wherever. It's universally accepted because Che was very fond of writing. And one is guerrilla warfare. And because of this book, whole world have recognized Che as the father of guerrilla warfare. But I researched from whatever little I have read about 7 years devastation. Hirachandra Hirachandra said, guerrilla warfare tactics he didn't run. Effectively he used this art very effectively. In fact, British colonial writer McCulloch Alexander Mackenzie, I could not be sure, but I'm gonna hire me. Yamna Asingba Awala Mina quite give Hirachandra groups never. Magi Sawuntung Lami Karache. Magi guerrilla warfare Sinavase. Aduna, Masaya no Mayam to the outside world, to the academic world, to the world who can read and write. It is not Che Guevara who have introduced the art of guerrilla warfare. It is our own Hirachandra who have practiced, who have introduced this very art of guerrilla warfare. Because it is, I also have a feeling that Manipur historians, scholars, Hirachandra Pajana Tijan Biragana, Hirachandra Pibam Tokwa, Magi Ecolet, Magi Mafam, Magi Matikjava Sanmanse, Pibagi Matamse, Tengman Lavarahaina in the Kale. And I must also hasten to add that I have no political, I have no blood, I have no racial affiliation with either Gambhir Singh or with Narasimha Singh or Hirachandra Singh. I am a teacher, I am an academician. Aduna Prithivina Lan Longnariba, Che Guevaragi Matangse, and the Kazikang Hirachandra Evum to any Tamzavagiwani. Thank you so much.
Sayam Nuai, interesting way. In between, if there is any question later, yes, please.
Sir, I'm Somingam from Micro District, and this question, the question which I'm going to ask, may not be or may be related to what we are discussing today, but when we talk about multiculturalism or pluralism, I just wanted to zoom in out and focused on in the Manipur itself. Manipur is itself a multicultural state where different types of people coming from different places, from hills, from valley itself. And this Manipur University is itself a multicultural university. And when we talk about these things, sometimes we need to. I just want to raise a question: Why do we have to, use Manipuri language as a common language in Manipur University? Because this is multicultural, and you see, I feel sometimes I'm not here to offend anybody, but as a person who is coming from Hill District, when I visited or when I participate those things, I find it very hard to understand when people debate with this Manipuri language. It doesn't mean that I don't like the language, but it's very hard for us, being a place where it is filled with multicultural traits. Sometimes we need to have this. I don't know how to say that, but to understand, to have mutual understanding, we should have a basis to communicate also. So I just want to ask, why don't we encourage this kind of basis for the students who are coming from different places? That's the question I just want to raise. Thank you.
It's all right. It's all right. You don't have to feel very apologetic about that question. I could understand. It is understandable, and I could understand your sentiments, and I have my respect for your sentiments. But that said, let me also tell you the fact that in any given society, whether it is unilateral society or multicultural society, but of course here we are talking about a multicultural society like Manipur. And I'm with you when you said that Manipur is being inhabited by different people belonging to different religions, sects, this and that. That I do believe, I do agree with you. But the thing that we all must understand is that we need a common language. In any given society, it is not about the Manipuri society, or it is not about the Metis society. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about any given society. In any given society, you need a common language for communication, because communication is very, very important. I may not be the right qualified person to answer your question, but as a teacher who is concerned about what is happening in the state, let me give you an answer, even though it may not be as satisfactory to you as you would like it to be. Say, as I said earlier, in any given society, you need a language for communication, because communication is very important. Without communication, how do you communicate, how do you interact with people? Because people belonging to a different tribe, belonging to a different ethnic group, may not be able to understand the language, the dialect that you speak, isn't it? But you need to interact. We need to interact to understand your problems, you understand my problem. It is in that scenario, it is in that milieu that one has to have a common language, say a lingua franca. Yes, one has to have a lingua franca. Without a lingua franca, people from different walks of life, people from different communities, different ethnic groups will not be able to communicate. And when there is a gap of communication, you can imagine all kinds of problems. So I am not speaking on behalf of Manipuri language, but I would love to speak on behalf of a lingua franca. So whether you like it or not, my dear friend, Manipuri language happens to be the lingua franca of the state of Manipur. Thank you.
Any more question? So any more question? Do we have any more question? Okay, thank you so much. Sir, categorically sana like sida panbiba Sharmila gi matang. It's very interesting. Madam this Sharmila gi sana pukhalai basida not just one point, you're taking on many powerful so-called oxbreeds. Mayam ma haitare India gi powerful oiba then academicians sing aduga media person mayam amaje sana yamna haitare satire and sarcasm sinna ka take on tawi sana sit haibaje it's about Sharmila monopolizing Sharmila's cause and are now telling the world from their year condition ivory towers the story of Sharmila, the Iron Woman, the longest hunger strikers, the Iron Irom, the anti-Aspa crusader. So I didn't say Orientalism it was said yamna naxionary sir. And again sana habibaje this is very important please. The beauty of their storytelling is that they tell it only when and what they want to tell at their convenience, pace, time, place, and not when and what the issue, the situation demands and need to be told. And this is the story of Sharmila. Sasima. And again, Time magazine, ma'am, Time magazine, we all know it. Time magazine, the Sharmila gi cover story ma. Sharmila, the story of an ordinary woman and extraordinary spirit. Haidana, sigi Time magazine gi cover story ma lakan jida. Sana hai jina. Media coup haiba, and put Sharmila on Time cover. Why media coup? Sana hai virije. And again, Sana why is it? You never know, my friend. That may fit her the Nobel Prize, and you may land up with Pulitzer Prize. Time magazine the Sharmila gi, Time magazine ki cover the Sharmila gi story me iro baduna. Sharmila na Nobel Prize phangi basu yai, and nang su mang de ba world ki journalism ki khwai ki chaw prize Pulitzer prize so nang su phang ba ya ba sa na wai se and so it's very interesting media ku se sana kari ki no heavy is aduga sir you're also talking about the transportation of Sharmila from the world largest democracy to the biggest democracy so why
Oh, yeah, no, I think the things are getting more and more interesting, even though the crowds are decreasing more and more. But anyway, I am not one who looks for quantity. I am always one who looks for quality. Sharmilagi matang sa inyan hypothetically even. Sharmila, you know it better than I do. Sharmila khang do ba kana lege ka. Is there any living soul on earth who doesn't know anything about Sharmila? She is an international icon. Right, she is the Mapus lady at Tena. Segi Sharmila na Shida lady na Sarah and Matam Suda when the whole world, including BBC, then Diligi Maya Imphal, the Bomba, Toxilga Mazi interview, Lona Bokona Toropa, Sharmilagi Matanga, Ladik Putuk, the Rokpa, Adishida Imphal, the organization after organizations, the groups after groups, Maya Machemaga, Sharmila Giminchida. Talaiva, fame, popularity, money, cheap yam hingle of I know observe observado. To observe observacida, I know, Haji imaginary friends that I know. Why, none to Launa, Chilam Chida, none ham, why didn't draw some interview to Haisa, any more Haisa. I do Sharmila interview to Gadigo, Nangi Chamcham Lak, Yaroi, Mundi, Sharmila say. Yamna ivory toward the labor, yam hi-fi wherever those who speak with Oxbreeze accents. The ngang of a kangu corner monopolized to Layrava, Sharmila never. A long interview to which answer from wherever. And only thing, and hypothetically, in some picturized over it. The Karigumanang, Sagi media, ku, Moinaco, where Sharmila see India to get transport orga. America gumutu putho matungda Sharmilagi story se Time magazine sida cover story nang pibang magadi ko you never know Sharmila Nobel Peace Prize phang because Nobel Prize phang bai se Uncle Sam na buyana ba Nobel Prize phange masima this is I strongly believe Uncle Sam of the United States of America se Uncle Sam ko man buyar Nobel Prize phang soidram ni ko I tell you aduna I give friends sida in high aduneva aduna Time magazine that you put Sharmila on the cover of Time magazine, and Sharmila may went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize, and you also may end up with this Pulitzer Prize. And hypothetically, I give Iman the Hivanida. Although hiding Ibawadi, Sharmila Sigi season Raga, Mabu season popularity tangiba, minchet tangiba, pacha tangiba, say yam na lay India the Manipur da. Madu in a kitang satirically with a little with some elements of sarcasm. Some lagna bhaivatare.
If there is no more question, then this is my final question. Okay, please come forward.
Hello. So like like sigi horok padane like Arkinimai na sir se like with a term they address story ko conscience keeper of modern Manipur na ko. But these questions it should go to Arkinimai. However, I na sum padhara kanda ozagi sida like ozana hirasan rasu ko to viris adagi awagi lan sahitaret khuntak ko to biri ko. But specifically modern Manipur ki karamba like what are the conditions or criteria which gives as a something very visible or modern Manipur ne na thammakanda man waza conscience keeper of modern Manipur na haidai se waza she area se the what's mean by modern Manipur which ozagi wakhanda hai tare Arkinimai gi da na tab. Thank you.
Question say Yambung Dr. Arkinimai na Hen would have been the best person to answer this query ko. But anyway, Yambung Dr. Arkinimai gi behalf ta let me try to come up with the best possible answer. Means Yambung Arkinimai na magi forward I have to conscience keeper of modern Manipur ko bi base I gi I'm flattered I mean sidagi hen ba aina pamja wahe ma leitre ko adu aina sum khanja bagi wani ko this is what I personally thought I could be wrong also I sum khanja bani modern Manipur di man min tawri se ko gi post 1972 statehood phangam matungi Manipur na legina huji phoklai ba sigi Manipur sibu wedam gadra haina khale modern Manipur na khali je ar man ke do bagi ai hakpu conscience keeper of modern Manipur haibal sugum ba yamna chokthok chaningai oiba term ma pibi si maram di aina jum khanja bada I see from time to time ko ai di landam sida society sida koi khunai sida any important events any important phenomena ma thopuda I see react to bole react to like could na no maina khong na taba I use my pen and a paper I sharing the warring the academic research paper the I react to ga I sociology some as best as I could I analyze orga mayamda prajada thamna bhone I mean in other words I do my bit sedo I gi to hum thokpa chum khara tawro sum lakpodo unmindful of what you will say about me unmindful of what society will say about me I gi to hum thokpa ne khanjeraga chum tawrokpodunida so over the last say 30-40 years da I ne let sum tokjarak paji koi ake ni maina chum ubujane because he is also a very voracious reader Yamu Arken Nimaichi science ki satrani, he's a student of science, but Machi low in the paba, Yamna voracious reader ne. Aduna Managa sum yang pada Masi Yangangsi, sum toina society ki kunaishi, Naina Vagi Monga, Yam toini ine, kind of Kanjeraga, Pilboy, and Godra in a Kali. I don't know whether my answer will be satisfied to you or not, but this is the best that I could come up with. Thank you.
Oh, sir, a question to me. I have many questions to ask, but this will be my final question. Sibau this an interpretant of Europe. So, Sergi Preluchigi Aruiba paragraph, higher line, higher CM, then Patuk question number 2. So, welcome. Lao Higre Imanabaze, Sargi, imaginary friends, Manipudalak Piro Higre, and then Sana Aruiba the Higre. So, welcome, my Nuxidaba Maru. Welcome again. To the land of Loktak, land of Polo, red ponies, the land where Numbul flows, empties her obnoxious water to Loktak, the land where Republic of Dust and Dirt reigns, supreme, unchallenged, unquestioned. Welcome to the land of Kadangs. So I'll repeat it again. Welcome to the land of Kadangs. So, sida aina uzavaze. Manipugi matangda aikoina uba phajadaba singdo Manipugi matangda aikoina feel tawjaba sana Manipugi phajaba picture ma utle haibadu nate sana aina ujabaje like si paba kanda Manipugi real picture ma sana utnaba hotnabra haibasini maramdi sana sida haibiriba barak turel kai khandre no tipai mukumba arubai sing chelba turel kari ki khandre no white number and amok so hairiba obnoxious why Kaigino, Pazadavasi Sana Ulise. And then Sana Hariba, who are these Kadang Saitare, the land of Kadang Saikada, sing as argumentative Indian Gahariba, argumentative Indian Gahariba, talkative Indian Hagadoriba, Adugumbagi, Kadang Urida, Karamba Kadang Musinisa.
Yeah, hoi. Yam fazava question was Aru Boy Hangbire, and Aru Boy is why I give best level the Masiki Kumno Honazake. Aida Ahan with the Sagi Manipurgi picture Chiasheng over the in a way Mirage is right. However, I try to portray the naked reality of Manipur. The naked reality of Manipur, say, it may not be palatable to you, it may not be acceptable to you. But the naked reality picture of Manipur, say, satire with some elements of sarcasm. And the message the Miraj, why not Barak? Why not Brahmaputra? Why Nambul Palise? Yes, I have one particular one specific reason. I Nambul Kadoi Palinoise. Mamdi Nambulgi Namtiva obnoxious over Makalgi Sing Sineva, who looked at the Tarise. lokta is karam lokta no khoi biggest fresh water lake in the northeast adigi sangai gi chu magi yum ojariba adugum lokta chida kwai gi nam thiraba motlaba nambul to gi sing ta selise chigi lam chida agi marup nang lao haibe kauridi asagi chidai the tholi but level of degradation taking place chi ai mangonda yamna satirically high never chi nambul sina oidi fivum adi achungba amorpa ising sina tasellaga oigedori ba lokta ke fivum chi punamak se aina yam samjanna aina satirically mangonda aina haivane aduga when aina loishalliba gi last word of the my prelude land of khadangs welcome you to the land of khadangs haivadi mayam ne khangi du ne ngasi for the last say 20-30 years 20 years ta akoi manipuri punamak maruina rangsti ula kangbu singji ngang ba yam kanjo india su we only talk ngang biam kalleba khadang thadaba adugo thadaraga madugi follow up action di kapta tawdaba adungo makhagi lam ma oire ngasi se aina ming paludruga chu mayam ne khangbiduni ngasi di maruina especially on the eve of this forthcoming elections ko election maya chu tawnari ba khadang mayam jingo adu last say 20 years tagi thadar ib khadang se gi result to karino china ina hangningi che what has been the outcome what is the result of all these khadangs ko turen kangani lokha kangani haidana thadari ba khadang thadari ba crores of rupees jo kadai de satkre haibi question do aina directly hangbagi mahuta aina yam satire oina ai imana basida ai imaginary friends da nang lao adu nang samugi yengoro hairaga aina open invitation ma ai friends the people and aina ai imaginary friends that people open invitation people sumaina aina ngasigi tiliba select crowd of enthusiasts because they should like si pabiu haidana aina invite them to jari thank you.
So once again, thank you very much, Maroina. Ngasigi mga suba sarukta ikuna putukchari wa author talk ki series asida Manipur University Book Fair Manipur University Student Union na sinba ngasigi khanaba program asida saruk ya vikiwa ikai kumna chariwa sir Professor Rajendra Khetri, Head of Department of Sociology Manipur University ikoi sarbo ikai kumna jabo loina thagat pa phongdokchari loina na sir na ngasi khanal bagi tanja lojari wa aduga yam nungai na mayam interactive session ama ikoina fangjekriwa lyric the letters from the Republic of Dutch haiba lyric se aina thajabada suksusuna book fair se da phangani haibagi thajaba thamjai aduna haiba lyric asi mayam na copy amom dang lobi ko aduga lyric asida sana pinning iba pausel aduga whole magi content mayam ama sargi ideas mayam ama sana pukhat pikriba mayam adugi mayam do migeng tabiyo aduga mayam na atm ama kak tobiyo ama sida Manipur gi real picture ama kak sana puthokna bkhotna bra haibaduni loinana ngasigi thormasi saruk ya vikiba hobadagi loi fo yaw bikiba loinana Mami TV gi live Facebook amasung YouTube ki kuthang da migeng ta video Manipur miyam puno amukhana thagachari amusikai khumda puchari. Thank you very much.